Hey team, HR46 hybrid resistance for May. It consists of one main circuit, 12 exercises. There are 2 exercises per station for 3 rounds. Okay. Now, when I say 3 rounds, you're not staying at each station for 3 rounds. You're doing one station, you have 2 exercises, then you move to the next station, then you have 2 exercises, then you move to the next station, you have 2 exercises, and you do all 12 exercises. That's round 1. Okay, so you're not doing any exercise for more than 1 round, but you stay at each station twice because you're going to do 2 exercises at that station. You're going to do a loaded exercise, and then you're going to do a body weight exercise. Okay, now if you want to turn this more into cardio, you have the option between doing a body weight or doing a cardio exercise. The hybrid resistance, if you're looking at turning it into more resistance, go heavier and do the body weight exercises. If you're turning it more into cardio, go lighter, do more, a little bit faster pace, and do the cardio in between. So it kind of depends on what they're looking for. But again, you have one main circuit, there's 12 exercises, there's only 6 stations, but each station you're doing exercise twice. Very similar to another workout that we do this month. Once you're done with the main circuit, you have one finishing circuit, which is a core finisher, and it is 2 exercises, 3 rounds, 30 seconds work, 10-second transition time, and a 10-second end of round rest time. Now the main circuit, you're going to do your loaded exercise is 30 seconds worth of work. You have a 15-second transition to get to the body weight exercise or cardio, depending on what they want to do. They can also do core as well. So again, it kind of depends what they're looking for, and you as a coach need to kind of determine for them what they're, depending on what their goals are, what they should be doing. Okay. The body weight exercise, the cardio exercise, the exercise after the loaded exercise is 35 seconds worth of work, so it's a little bit longer. And then you have a 20-second transition time to get to that next station and get ready for that loaded exercise. So that's how that works. And their team is HR46. All right, the dumbbell seesaw bench press, or dumbbell seesaw press. What you're gonna do is you're gonna have 2 dumbbells. You're gonna use your legs to help get you in position. Now, position is you want your elbows slightly lower, either in line or ideally slightly lower than your shoulder, 90 degrees with the forearms. And then from here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna press up with one. Now, once you get that up at the top, as you bring it down, the other one's coming up. So you're never in a static position. You're always moving from top to bottom. So as one goes up, the other one goes down. So there's constant tension on those pec muscles the entire time. When you're done, get them up to this position, use your legs to help get you out. Now, if people have lower back issues, keeping the feet up on the bench can help protect that lower back. It puts the lower back in a better position versus down here when they start to arch that back. So that's another option there. And of course, if they have shoulder issues, either go light, limit the range of motion, or give them a different exercise. So here we have the burpee. You can do a burpee with a push-up. You can do a modified burpee. I'm going to kind of give you all the different renditions of a burpee. The traditional burpee, the one that we do in here without the push-up, we're looking for speed on this one, is going to be wide feet. So the power comes from the hips. We come walk back, walk up, then come back up again. Or you can jump back, jump up, come up, or you can jump back, jump up, add that hop in there. And again, the key is going to be speed. Now, for people with wrist issues, I'd highly recommend that they use handles because that keeps that wrist from having a lot of flexion in it when they go down to the very bottom. And it keeps it more in line, which is usually going to be easier on the wrist if they have a wrist issue. So I recommend that for people with wrist issues. For people that have vertigo issues, if you don't want to change out the burpee altogether, the big box is a great option. Once again, same concept, walk back, walk up, or they can jump back, jump up. Just like that. Again, it comes down to the speed, but they're not having that all coming all the way down, then all the way back up again. There is also the option with the push-up. So it would be the same concept. Walk back, push up, walk back up again, and then back up. Now, obviously what we're looking for again is speed. So the type of workouts we do, we're looking for that speed. The thing that you see a lot is that they stop, hesitate, come down, back up, hesitate, and then come back up again. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But for those that really want to maximize the burpee with the push-up, it's going to be more something like this, where it's all one movement. Okay, so they're going down in that push-up, again, all the way down to the ground, pushing themselves back up, again, without the hesitation. They're not stopping, because when you stop, you're getting that rest. Again, For someone who's not trying to kill themselves, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you really want to challenge yourself, we're talking about speed. So those are the different options for the burpee. Next exercise is the alternating dumbbell Arnold press. You're going to grab 2 dumbbells. Okay. Now the key here is the movement pattern. The movement pattern is rotate the elbow out. So you see here where my arm comes out and rotates just like this. I'm not pressing forward straight up and then rotating my wrist. I'm using my entire arm to use it to press up. That gets the heads, all the heads of the dumbbell or the shoulder. Okay. Now what you're going to do is add that squat. Keep the chest up, shoulders down and back, squat, and then press one at a time. One's holding, the other one is pressing. Okay. When you're done, drop them down and set them nice and neat. Again, the key here is to rotate with the arm, not with the wrist. Next exercise. The jump squat rubber band overhead press is going to be performed as such. Now, obviously, the rubber band is going to dictate a lot of the intensity of this exercise. Option 1 is going to be just have a minimal squat. If they have back issues, come back up and then press overhead. Ideally, what you want is you want them to go into that deep squat, come back and overhead press. Now, that's option 1. That's kind of like the low intense version. Now, the higher intense version is going to be the jump squat part of it. So you're going to come down, jump, land in a squat. You're landing in a squat. Now, if they want more glutes, what they're going to do is they're going to take these legs wide. Okay, so they're landing in a squat, but when they come up, they take the legs wide so it works more of those glutes. Land in the heels, push from the heels, get that jump. Again, add that overhead press. Again, they don't need to do the jump. That's going to definitely intensify the exercise. They can just do the overhead press. Or they don't even, if they can't do the squat part of it, they can simply do the overhead press. Or if they can't do the overhead press, they can do the squat just like this. And if they want to add some intensity, they can, because maybe they don't have the ability to extend their arms over their head. So that's okay. Those are all different variations of the rubber band, the squat rubber band overhead press, the squat jump rubber band overhead press. The rubber band front fly crossover with rotation. So this is just like a front fly. Now you're going to be alternating this exercise. You're not doing both at the same time because you're not going to get any rotation with that. So again, because you're adding that rotation, this is going to be lighter. So you're going to start shoulders down and back, let those arms come back, have that tension on the arms so you get the stretch in the pec. And then you're going to bring one up and across, and you're going to rotate your shoulder when you do that. Now, the key here is to rotate the shoulder and not the hips. So I'm not rotating my hips and rotating like this, because all I'm doing is getting the hip rotation. What I want is that shoulder rotation. So I'm going to take one shoulder forward, the other shoulder comes back. I'm still squeezing that pec, pulling it over midline. So right here, I'm pulling that elbow as close to that midline as I possibly can so I can get that real good pec contraction. Again, because this is so core intense, they need to go a little bit lighter. Also, if they have lower back issues, then they even need to go lighter or take the rotation out, because that's going to be maybe a little bit too much on their lower back. Once you add that rotation, that adds a lot of core, which again, the lower back is part of that. So again, if they have those lower back issues, you may have to they're going to have to go lighter. I would recommend for them to try it a little bit lighter, like with even a yellow band, because they'll get more core strength from that. But if that bothers their back, then take the rotation out altogether. The explosive rubber band punch with rotation. This is going to be more of a cardio-driven type of an exercise. And what we're going to do is we're going to come out here in this position. Arms are tucked into our sides to protect those shoulders. And we're going to punch and we're going to rotate just like this. Now, keep in mind, this is explosive. So what you're going to do is explode, explode, explode. So what you're doing is you're rotating your body at the same time. Now, that is a lot of core. If that's too much core, they're going to punch fast, just like this, but they're taking the rotation out. Ideally, you want to add that rotation so you can work a lot more core. They're going to get a lot more core work that way, and it will help drive that heart rate up as well. But if they have lower back issues, then just do the regular punch. So rip 60 row, you don't want these too long because you end up going too far back. And for somebody who's a little bit more advanced, they need to be a little bit closer and still have that range of motion, and this will just drop them to the floor if these things are too far back. So rip 60 row, grab the handles, depending on what handles you have, grab them here. You can grab them by the cloth, or you can wrap them around. Pull this up, wrap them around just like this, and that way it takes the pressure off the wrist. But again, depends on what kind of handles you have. Okay, so the Rip 60 row, option one. First of all, the further you're away from this wall, the easier this is gonna be. You want your shoulders to drop down and back, come back, and you're gonna roll up. Once again, I'm dropping my shoulders down and back. I pull my shoulders down at the very end of this movement and squeeze those lats. Now, the closer I am to this wall, obviously the harder this is going to be. If I want to, I can even put my feet up against the wall, and if I need to, I can even add some weight on top of that. And for your advanced lifters, for a Rip 60 row, adding some weight would be not too uncommon. And if that's not an option, then you just do a regular pull-up, do a close grip pull-up. The Rip 60 mountain climber / jump squat. So the mountain climber is going to be where you take both the handles. It's going to go underneath the arms just like this. We're going to come back close to the wall, and we're going to take those feet, and we're basically going to be doing that mountain climbers. Now, if they want to add a little bit more calf stretch, let those heels go down to get that calf stretch. Just be careful, because that is an intense calf stretch. So if their calves are feeling really tight, you don't want to have too much of a calf stretch there. But again, what that does is that can give them an active stretch in those calves. And again, we're talking about speed here, okay? Then you're going to turn around for the jump squats. Lean back, shoulders down and back. Drop your hips. If you want more glutes, it's a hip thrust. So my hips go back, they come up. If you want to add more intensity, add that hop. If they're wanting more quads, if they just want to do a regular jump squat, once again, they can do here, or they can add that hop in there. But no matter what, if they're going to add a hop in there, they land soft. Never land with the legs locked like that. So we're going to land with our knees bent. We want to land in that squat so it absorbs the energy in the muscles and not in the joints. The suitcase squat. So the suitcase squat, you're standing just on a flat ground. You're not utilizing any benches or anything like that. What you want to be thinking of, now you can do this with dumbbells or kettlebells, it doesn't really matter, either one of them. This is the double kettlebell or double dumbbell suitcase squat. What you want to think is in terms of kind of like that set position. Shoulders down and back. Back is flat. Now what you're going to do is you're going to push your hips back as you come down, and then push through the heels, squeeze the glutes at the top of the movement. Again, back, shoulders down and back. Keep that same position. Push through the heels, come up. And again, ideally you're going to come down, touch the ground, and then back up again, pushing through the heels and really squeezing the glutes. That really gets those legs worked hard. So the rubber band jump squat, what they're going to do is they're going to grab a small rubber band, green, red, purple, preferably green. Most people can do green. We're going to get in that squat position. Again, chest stays up, shoulders down and back, hips go back, and this is option one, where they just kind of go fast. You know, they want more legs, they go a little bit deeper, otherwise they stay shallow, okay? Then you add the jump. So you're gonna add that jump, and if you do, you're gonna make sure that you land in a squat. Now, if you wanna intensify more for the glutes, you're gonna add those legs, come out wide, add that jump in there, and again, you're landing in a squat. Always land in a squat so you absorb the energy in the muscle and not as much in the joint. If you land with the legs locked, you're absorbing all of the impact in the joints, which is not what you wanna do. There's the rubber band jump squat. So the alternating dumbbell step-ups with the optional curl. Now the key on this one, guys, is the higher the step, the more glute activation you're gonna get. The higher the step, the more stress is put on that knee joint. So if you take a really high step, getting a lot of glute activation, but you put a lot of stress in the knee joint. So with people with knee issues, and even those without knee issues, I wouldn't go too high with this step. Typically 4 is gonna be our kind of our middle ground. There's only 2 on this one here. Typically it's going to be 4. That's where most people can handle the step up and without inflicting too much pain. But if they have knee issues, then have them go lower. Just keep reducing those steps down till the knee pain goes away. We don't want to promote pain in the knee joint, especially the knees. Okay, so how this works, you can do this with kettlebells, you can do this with dumbbells, it doesn't really matter. What you're going to do is you just step up, come up at the top, and you're switching. Come down, push to the heels, squeeze the glute. Once again, I need more than these 2 steps. I'm still getting the glute activation, but it's not as intense. Now, if I want to protect my knee a little bit, but I want more without adding too much stress to that knee, what I can do is I can come back and then take that back leg down, come up, push through the heels, squeeze the glute. Again, back leg goes down, push through the heel, squeeze through the glute. Now, to add the optional curl, we're gonna come down, and as we come up, we're gonna curl either one at a time. You can curl one at a time when you come up, or you can do both. So it looks something like this. Curl, down, or if I wanna do both, come up, curl, back down, curl. Again, I want my knee to be over my foot, the back of my foot. I don't want it to be out here. That puts a lot of stress on that knee joint. Again, yes, it works the quads, and that's okay for some people, but for people, especially people with knee issues, have them come back where that knee is over the heel, and then come up again. Again, back, knee is over the heel, come up again. It's kind of like an alternating reverse lunge with a step, except for you're going to use a little bit higher step, so you're not going to go as far back to that lunge position to get that range of motion in those glutes. So the jump lunge, the feet shuffle, alternating reverse lunge, all kind of categorized into this one area when we're talking about cardio. So option one is going to be, if they want more glutes and want to work their legs a little bit more, that's going to be the alternating reverse lunge. So if they can't do the jump lunge, then this is going to be a better option for them. Again, the speed is what's going to really help dictate the intensity, okay? If they can't do the full jump lunge, or they don't want to do that much more legs, then they can do the foot shuffle. Again, the key, once again, is going to be the speed. Using the arms and the feet at the same time is what's going to really drive the heart rate. But for the full jump lunge, it's the height and speed. So I'm getting height and I'm getting speed, just like this, okay? So I gotta switch those legs in the air, try to get as much height as I can, push through the heels when I'm coming up, and land soft. Never land with the legs locked, especially in this position here, never land like this, because that's put a lot of force on that knee joint. Okay, so again, those are kind of all the different variations for the jump lunge, feet shuffle, alternating reverse lunge for cardio. Leg lift with a hip lift, or just a leg lift. Options there for a very beginner, they can just do one leg at a time, where they're just lifting one leg at a time. Option 2 is here. Option 3 is going to be with the hip lift, and option 4 is just the hip lift. Okay, that's going to be a little bit more intense version there. Via hold. Option there is going to be here or up here. Now, once again, if they have lower back issues, lower back always stays on the ground. So the option where they take the lower back off the ground, if they have lower back issues, it's not an option for them. Make sure they keep the lower back on the ground. If they raise again, pulling the shoulders as high as they can, they're still gonna get a contraction, so it's still effective, but it takes the pressure off that lower back. So the medicine ball V-up, you can do it with medicine ball, dumbbell, kettlebell, anything that has a little bit extra load. You're not going excessively heavy on the load. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start here. Again, shoulders just come off the ground, or if you're gonna want the advanced version, come up, back down again, up, back down again. Again, that's the V-up. If they have lower back issues, you're not taking that back off the ground. They're just essentially gonna be doing a crunch with the legs up in the air. Now, if their legs start to fatigue, they start to get those hip flexors really involved, and their legs are starting to burn out, take the legs and put them on the ground. Again, just do that crunch part, or they can come up all the way, which would be essentially a set.